Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So, I'm going to start with the best part of this episode. And of course, that is the Michael and Marty scene. You know, Michael's sitting there summoning Marty, like, yo, I need to sit there and see you in my office. And he gets down there, and he's just playing hardball at this point. He's just like, yo, you know what? Listen, I know you're the one that, was representing the person that, sold out my mom and everything. Now, if you've been to my live streams, I've been on the fence about this, right? Because I look at it and Marty's like, well, at the end of the day, it's not like she didn't do it. I mean, the fact that Drew's not there paying for something that she did, just saying. Now, of course, Michael's like, listen, I get it. She just wants to sit there and try to help us out. She didn't actually win any money. The merger never happened. She wound up losing money. But again, that's beside the point. The point is that she did it. Here's aside, right? He pretty much is like, I want to know a name. And Mario's like, I'm not going to give you a name. Now, this is one of those things that I'm talking about when it comes to us Michael, right? Michael before was like, oh, Sonny's this, Sonny's that, Sonny's the third, Sonny's a bad person. And what did Michael do today? Well, he's like, well, here's the thing. He pretty much like, you can talk to me or you can talk to Sonny. And Sonny pretty much is not going to handle it the same way as me. He pretty much threatened Sonny. He used Sonny's name to sit there and get information that he needed. This is where Michael pisses me off in a lot of ways. Because Michael's all, before he was all like, oh, you did this, you did that, Sonny used to go to jail. And in the same breath, you're sitting there saying, well, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to sit there and tell Sonny. That's the issue. Sonny is only, Sonny's useful when it's useful to them. Barring that aside, he starts to panic. And he even says, he's like, listen, I already know who did it. I just want you to confirm it at this point. And of course, Marty does want to confirm it, because at this point, he's like, yo, listen, I'll leave your name out of it. Okay? I'll leave your name out of it. I'm already going to sit there and go after this person regardless. It's just a question if you want to be dragged down with it. So he says it. He walks off. Michael seems like he has a recording of that. And at this point, see, now that's the question. What is going to go on next, right? Because I've been saying for a while, I'm just like, TikTok, your time is almost up, right? He has the information. It's already confirmed, right? So there's not really a lot that's stopping him from being like, hey, Dad, listen, gotta tell you some information about your new bride. There's not really much stopping him from me listening to telling Carly first and letting Carly, well, pretty much beat the bricks off of her. There's nothing that's really stopping him. The twist is here's the thing. I have a feeling that he's not going to be able to tell her right away. Or something's going to happen and Nina's going to sit there and find out what Michael's done. And he's going to sit there, and she's going to sit there and try to use that as a stall tactic or whatever. Sit there and try to stop him from opening up his mouth. So, I know something's going to want to happen. The twist is there. I just can't wait to sit there and see what it is. I get that Maxie and Lucy wants to sit there and replace Sasha because of the bad PR and everything like that. And he wants to sit there and try to use Blaze, which she's on the fence about it. But my whole thing is like, you can't even be bothered to sit there and tell her first before you wind up doing it. Now, of course, they're like, hey, listen, she still is part of the company, shareholder, and everything like that. But that's something you should have sat there and talked to her first. You could have, at the very least, gave her a heads up. It didn't have to be a whole conversation, but they want to go into this whole meeting, and then afterwards, they're like, don't you think we should have told Sasha? Oh, yeah, I'm literally sitting there. The whole time I'm just like, did y'all not tell her? Speaking of Sasha, she's already ready to just get out of town at this point. She's had enough. There's too much pain and memories and stuff like that that's attached to Port Charles at this point. And between Gladys that effed her over, Cyrus that effed her over, Brando, Liam, stabbing, the hugs that I sit there and say, because you know I can't use the real word. She's just done. Even though Cody tries to convince her, her mind is already made up. And I'm totally okay with her leaving. Sasha's had some great stories. She's had some hard stories for a lot of people, some intense stories. And she's definitely did her thing. So they you know what I'm saying? Like they really actually did a lot with the character. So her leaving, I'm totally okay with it. If she wants to come back, she can do that too. But she had an amazing run. Now Maxie gets there, and Maxie still doesn't tell her. Now, granted, she finds out that she's leaving and everything like that. But I'm like, so are you just not gonna tell her, or like you just gonna wait till she gets the text and just give the phone call or something? What is your plan? Also, Cody tells Sasha about the whole Mac being his father and him only hiding the truth for money and stuff, and she doesn't judge him. I mean, granted, at everything that he did for her, there's not really much she can sit there and say. So she's just like, hey, listen, it is what it is. Now, I can't wait for that to come to light. Now, I'm sitting there looking at this whole thing with Blaze teleporting pretty much from Port Charles to the island, Puerto Rico. She did sit there and say she was going to leave, and I'm like, really? So Christina's shocked. They give each other the look. At this point they're gonna put those two together. Now, there's some people that's like, I don't want that. It's gonna happen. Let's just get past that right now, okay? For the people that doesn't want it to happen, it's gonna happen, okay? So that's just the bottom line. There wasn't really much about Sunny and Nina. The only thing that's I guess kind of interesting is that Nina is as happy as she's ever been, and of course that's going to make it a lot more interesting when she gets exposed. The truth comes to light. Or the whole brick house is going to come down. Whatever metaphor you want to sit there and use, um, it's going to end up happening. So I'm looking at this scene. I was like, you better enjoy every single minute now because you get exposed. You don't want to sit there and look back at those fond memories. So apparently Sam knew about Drew's condition, which is really odd because she was not there trying to play. She was not there with the Scooby Doo gang or whatever, with Gladys and everything. And, the whole time, at least some people were just like, including me, was like, does Sam know about Drew's condition? Apparently she did. Well, of course, she went there to sit there, check up on Carly, see how she's doing, because, Sonny's getting married, and, Carly's like, yeah, it does kind of hurt, does kind of sting a little bit. And I'm just like, why? You're with a new man. Y'all haven't been together in a while. And to be honest, what Sonny did was a trash move. I mean, he literally sat there and cheated on you because he wanted to sit there and make it about him and his needs and what he wanted. At this point, you're doing a lot better in comparison, so I don't understand why it hurts that he's getting married to somebody else. Nothing. You're not all people. Really? Come on. At this point, you should just sit there and just be like, whatever. I didn't really get it. I'm not going to understand it, but whatever. I'm going to be honest. Personally, if one of my exes got married to somebody else, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. Good for you. Happy life. I don't really, yeah, I don't really care. So I don't see that, but whatever. I think that's about it. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, there was some scenes with Wiley and Willow that didn't really add up to anything. I feel bad for the actress that plays Willow because it's like they don't really give her anything good. They really haven't given her anything. I mean, they gave her good stuff back in the day when she first started, even with the whole Nell and everything like that. Um, the cancer stuff was kind of sad and depressing, but the stuff she used to get before was great. Even her when she cheated on Chase with with Michael or whatever, it was great stuff. And now it's like, I mean, she has this whole thing with Harmony, which is, I guess, fine, but it's like they don't give her. I feel like they need to give her more. They really need to give her more. Um, I know a while back, they had that whole contract negotiations with her and stuff, and apparently it worked out. But it's like, okay, well, what are you guys going to give you to actually keep you on the show or make us interested in your character? Because I don't really give her much of anything, so it's kind of unfortunate. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I can't really think of anything else. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. Now, if I miss anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, YNR, GA Stays, and B&B. Also, if you are not a member, definitely hit the join button below in the description box. We're at 74 members so far right now. So let's try to see if we can get up to 80. We have a couple more days before the end of the month. I think it's totally possible. Exclusive live streams, exclusive videos that I only do for members, and monthly member shoutouts. So you definitely want to sit there and be a part of that. There's conversations we have in the members only that we don't normally do throughout the other days throughout the week. And so it's definitely something you want to sit there and consider. With that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.